Well, hopefully that last take just took. Looks like I bumped the button and knocked the memory card out and then disabled the camera. So just in case it didn't, all I did was put 1 pound of ground beef inside the oven, and it's just now starting to cook. And I am going to start cutting up an onion and some garlic and jalapeno to put in with that. But just in case I didn't get that recorded like I think I did, then I just want to go ahead and add this segment. All right. See how this is doing. Oh yeah, very nicely. Okay. It's pretty nice. We have the today is the Labor Day holiday itself, and we took an extra day off for tomorrow so we can head back home. But we got basically we've got the whole campgrounds to ourselves after today. Yesterday that was not the case. It was very crowded, very busy. A lot of families with dogs, a lot of children. So there's just a lot of noises going on, and if I had a couple other meals that I really wanted to do, it just there's too many distractions running around. I forgot to bring a cutting board with me, so trying to find a quicker way of making these onions smaller and be neat at the same time and quick. So should have seen me yesterday. I was doing all this with my K-bar knife, and just seemed like the Leatherman might be a little bit finer cutting. Dale's recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef and 2 onions, but I'm just gonna, for those ingredients, I'm just gonna reduce it by half. It's just me and my wife, and the several times I've tried some of Dale's other recipes from his book, they make a lot, so I'm hoping that this won't make too terribly much. Like I said, it's just trying to feed 2. Although we're pretty hungry, we've had a really good hike today, and no real lunch to speak of, unless a peanut butter granola bar is a lunch for anybody. All right. I'm gonna put the lid back on it for just a quick second while I round up my pepper and some garlic pieces. Just had I brought a cutting board, I would try to get them onion pieces a lot smaller, but you know, they'll work out all right. So I seeded my jalapeno, and I'm just gonna cut them down into little fine strips here. And then just cut them into, cut the little pieces into the meat with the onions. And the other half. And get some little garlic here. I crushed it with the back of my Leatherman as I was peeling it, so okay. All right. Let all that stuff cook together, and I'll come back in a couple minutes and start adding the rest of it, and then it's just a matter of letting it simmer most of the evening. I am bound and determined to drop everything on the ground. Alright, be right back. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this together and then get some more coals started, because like I said, it's going to simmer for quite a while. So there's that. Yeah, it's looking really nice. And this is a wait, I forget. It is a Camp Chef Dutch oven. Many of my other ones are lodges, and then I've got a couple generic ones also, but the Camp Chef one is kind of unique as to it has this little vent hole right here. So all my other ovens have a tight seal as it comes around the rim. That one's the unique one. I'm guessing you could probably put a meat thermometer probe or something through there and just see how hot it is from the inside. I'm guessing that's what it's for. But either way, it gets a chance for some of the moisture to escape out too. So I'm not going to try to drain that, and I don't have any place to drain it to. I'm not going to try to drain off any of the fats. But so the recipe calls for 4 to 6 cups of water, and my little water bottle holds 3, so I'm going to start with that. And plus the liquids from these, I got a can of diced tomatoes with jalapenos. Can't tell my wife about that. She doesn't. She accepted the one jalapeno, but I'm not sure she's going to accept the other. And then another Hunt's tomatoes specifically for chili. I'm guessing it has some spices in it already. Dale's recipe called for a special, the Hunt special. So, and when I was in the store, this is the closest I could find. And it did no good. And 1 can of red beans, although his recipe calls for 2. Like I said, we're reducing some of that down. So there we go. There's all that. Mix that up. Hope you're hungry, Ree.
Yep.
Alright, and I did all this at home, made it a whole lot easier for packing, but it was just the chili spices for this particular recipe. So I wish I could tell you now what all it was by volume. I can, but I don't I don't really remember. I know it's got cumin in it, and it's got salt, pepper, of course, and something he was calling Mexican seasoning, which by that name I couldn't find any in the store, so I did an online search and found some Mexican seasoning blend, which was just more of the same thing: cumin and chili powder, and I think garlic and onion and something else. So that's what I went with. I'll put specifics in the description box, but that's it right there. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start some new coals and just let that simmer away, probably about an hour, hour and a half maybe. We'll see. And should be dinner. Okay, so the new coals are just about ready, and I'm going to go ahead and move these to the fire ring. Where'd I put my tongs? Well,
I don't know what you do with the tongs.
I don't know what I do with the tongs either.
If they're not in there, I didn't wash them this morning. I didn't wash them last night.
Well, yet another piece of mystery.
You just put them in the back of the...
Oh, never mind. They're right under my nose. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so using our little rule of 3, so it's a number 10 Dutch oven, so I'm going to use 7 coals on the bottom in a circular pattern. Okay. Like so. Push these out the way, dump them in the fire ring, use them to help start tonight's fire. Alright. 13 on top. I'm going to put them along the rim, except for 2 of them, and they'll just stay right up there by the handle. And that should give us a perfect temperature for a 350 degree oven. And there we go. So we'll let the chili simmer for about an hour that way, and then we'll come back and check on it again. Okay, so that's been, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. If you listen real closely over the crow, you can probably hear it simmering. And if you look back towards that little hole I was telling you about that was unique with the Camp Chefs, you can see a little steam seeping out from time to time. Which is really just a good teaser because it lets you smell it as it's cooking and makes you hungry. But we can check on it real quick and just give it a stir. And sure, it's looking good. Smells good. Oh yeah. And let that go till another 20 minutes. Alright, so let's get ready to serve this up. There we go. There's that. Oh, it sure smells good. And a little cheese. And there we go. There's our dinner for tonight. Yankee Chili. Alright, thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you in the woods.